Hey friends, welcome back to the Reddit Rainbow, y'all. Did y'all vote today? I voted today. I participated in early voting. I'm asking that because somebody sent me this story on Instagram, and this is the future that I think extreme right wingers want. This is the future that they want. Like, this is happening to somebody, and it is horrifying. So please take caution with the story that I'm about to read. Grab your vibes and your delights. Know that you're in a cozy environment with me. I've got you. And let's jump into the story called I Hate My Daughter. Please mind the trigger warnings, okay? I know this will make me seem bad and all, but above all, I just really need a place to vent. I can't talk about it with my friends or family, nor do I really want to. I'm 27 and I've had a fuck buddy situation with a guy that I went to college with. Let's call him Mark. We were both young and not ready for a relationship. Then I got Pringan. I told Mark about it since I wanted to discuss our options, the A word, adoption, or even giving him custody if he wanted to. I never wanted kids, so I'd be fine with any compromise. However, Mark didn't take it well. I remember him insisting that we could make it work, especially since we were both in our last year of college. He wanted to get married and for us to be a family. Y'all weren't even dating. Anyway, I refused. He got his family involved and they called and texted me all the time and even showed up at my part-time job. I know I have no one to blame but myself, but I gave up. I had too many things going on at the time, like the loss of my mother, the stress with the rest of the family, and some other stuff going on with my best friend that I won't even get into. I remember feeling horrible, but I relented and agreed to keep the baby, although I still refused to get married to Mark. Now we have a 5-year-old daughter together, and I'm a mess. I never wanted kids, and although I am trying, I cannot feel any motherly love for her. What makes it worse is that she's genuinely a good kid. She doesn't throw many tantrums, she's always kind, and she doesn't expect much. I feel guilty for hating her. I feel bad all the time. I only get to have her on the weekends, and Mark has her every other day, but that doesn't make me feel better. She talks about wanting to see me and her dad together, but I just can't. I screamed at her once when she drew a little picture of me, Mark, holding hands, and I apologized after, but I felt so guilty. I still don't know what I'm doing. I just needed to write everything down and get it off my chest. I know I'm a bad mother. No, ma'am, you are not. You are being real, okay? If only more people would be this fucking brutally honest, okay? But I don't know how to be better. I don't even know if I want to be better. I just want to give up my parental rights, but even the thought makes me feel even worse, and that's what makes you a good mom, even if you don't want to be, because you're doing it for the right reason. I'm stuck in a hell of my own making. I know I should have fought harder and probably had just gotten the A word. Damn me for being weak, I guess. Some things have happened and I need to write them down, maybe even get some insight. I'll call my daughter Abby for the sake of the post. I ended up telling Mark about my desire to change custody agreement and maybe even removing my rights. Never discuss with someone who is abusing you. I don't even know if she knows that he's abusing her. I don't know what else to call this. This feels abusive. You know what I mean? I ended up telling Mark about my desire and to change the custody agreement and maybe even removing my parental rights. And many people here agree that it's the best choice for both me and Abby. If you are feeling that way, I would not blame you. You know what I mean? He did not take it well and actually texted me about it throughout the week. He insisted that we could work out whatever was bothering me. We agreed a while ago that texting is okay, but calls are for emergencies. So when he called me on Friday evening and pleaded with me to come see Abby, I agreed. This is what I really need to talk about. Okay. I mean, there's a lot here, honey, but I've seen Abby cry before, but this is something else. She had a complete meltdown, screaming and crying once I got there. She just clung to my leg and screamed at me to not leave her. Why did I want to leave her? What did she do wrong? And if anybody disagreed with me about this feeling abusive, that what is this? Okay, because they did not need to tell that child. This did not need to happen. Oh my gosh, when will you people stop using children? I was honestly horrified with how badly she reacted. Mark's mom ended up telling Abby that I was planning on leaving her and she's not going to go to my house this weekend. I had to take Abby to my place sooner than expected, and Mark actually spent the night over as well. He said he's too concerned with Abby with me to leave us alone. Then you should not have let her go. This is unfair. Why the fuck would you want anybody that you thought was unsafe around your child? Like the same thing, like when we read that dog story, why the fuck would I want anybody around my dog who I didn't like or that didn't like my dog? You know what I'm saying? Why, if she said she kind of wants to terminate her parental rights, why would you let her? Why? What is happening? And then he invited himself to your house so that y'all could play happy family because you incited a panic attack for your 5-year-old. I'm sorry. Okay, this is the future that these people are asking for. Oh my gosh. And then not to mention that she's already feeling overwhelmed by the amount of time that she has. Now you've given her more time. I'm completely lost. Even with the way I said that I just want to give up my parental rights, I just can't do it now. The image of Abby crying and pleading with me not to leave is just stuck in my mind. I feel hopeless about the entire situation. Currently, I'm laying with Abby on the couch and she's watching TV, and she hasn't really left my side since yesterday. I'm used to her pointing at the TV while talking about her favorite characters of whatever cartoon is on, and right now, she's just laying by my side and staying quiet. I can hear Mark moving around in the kitchen, and he called in sick to work and he said he's staying for the weekend, and I have no idea what to do. And I'm sorry, but I no longer want to leave Abby. It's just not an option anymore. And that is so unfair. That is so incredibly unfair. I just want to edit in and ask for some suggestions about online therapy. What sites? Drop them in the comments, okay? Like, drop some in the comments. I'll be sure to look up a few resources from my local area and like kind of have them scroll at the end, okay? What sites do I look for that I'm sure will help me and don't cost too much? Mark is already looking into therapists for Abby in the area, but I'd like to ask for some individual therapy that I could attend online, maybe even suggestions for child therapists online in case Mark doesn't find anyone. I don't think he's gonna look that hard, but you know. Another update just 11 days ago. I'm not sure if people are still interested in what's going on here, but here goes. Writing everything down helps me keep track of things, and I also want to hear people's thoughts. For anyone wondering how Abby is doing, she seems to be doing okay. She's still a little clingy, but she's back to her happy self. We've been observing her behavior closely, and Mark decided that a therapist isn't needed. Okay, like I just said. Okay, I'm not sure if I agree with that, but Abby does really seem to be feeling all right. And for anyone wondering about Mark's mom, she's had no contact with Abby since what happened, though Mark has been talking with her. I'm not sure I understand this. Like, did she just, set her off and then just fuck off? Or did y'all agree that she can't be around her anymore? Like, I would love clarification on that. And also, like, he's talking to her. It feels orchestrated. Everything's fine, even though you caused my daughter, like, emotional damage. You know what I mean? I've been trying to read all the comments left on my last post. What was written about Mark got me thinking. I haven't actually mentioned it before since I didn't think it was important, but back in college, we were both using protection, with me also being on birth control, and I do believe the pregnancy was a genuine accident, though I became a bit paranoid after some of the things people wrote. Mark has dated some girls for the past few years, as far as I'm aware. We haven't had too much contact though, and we would mostly talk about Abby when we did text. Still, the past month had been more than weird for me. We've been talking more. He apologized to me a lot, and I can't tell if these apologies are real or not. My best friend told me to keep Mark at arm's length, but it's been hard to do that with him coming over more often on the weekends to spend time with Abby and me. Like, he's forcing himself into her life. Like, holy shit. He's been inviting me to his home too. I went a few times, but only when Abby really begged me to. It's so frustrating. I'm trying to make sense of the situation, but it's hard. And I'll be having my first therapy session tomorrow. So there's that too, online. I guess I'm hoping for some help in the comments. I don't know. I don't know what to expect. I'll try to answer any questions people might have for me. And I know this post was probably a mess. Oh my gosh, OP, take my upvote. Here's a number for a mental health hotline, just in case you just need someone to talk to, okay? I also, you can also dial 988 if you're having a mental health crisis. That's what this is for. Here for Texas, okay, .com. If you're needing help with reproductive care, you can check out the Texas Health and Human Services. I've had to use that website more than a few times in my lifetime. You know what I'm saying? I am not ashamed. Help yourself, okay? Help yourself. I'm not going to show y'all like where I live, but I was able to even type in Planned Parenthood near me. It showed where it was near me. You know what I'm saying? And actually, I was quite shocked to find that there were two near me. You know what I'm saying? I live in the mid cities in DFW. Okay. All right. That's all I've got for now. But oh my gosh, guys, go vote. Please go vote. This is not a future that I would like to live in. This is not a future that I want my daughter to live in. I just can't. You know, I don't want this. People keep talking about they want these people for the future elections, but I'm like here and now. You know what I'm saying? I am here. My daughter is here right now. My mom and my sister are here now. You know what I mean? Like, much like you can't date a man for potential, date him for what the fuck he is right now. Please vote today. Okay. This is horror. Okay. Horror. All right. But all right, guys, I love you guys so much. And if there is an update, I will absolutely read about it. Y'all send the OP like all the best thoughts. Like, I hope they see it, you know, and just know that people are rooting for her success. You know, I hope that you find a positive solution for you. You know what I mean? I know you got this. Please know that you don't have to do this alone. And please know that you don't have to do anything that they want you to. You can choose for yourself, okay? You can choose for yourself. And I don't know any judge. You know what I mean? Like, who cares? Yes, she's going to be sad, but how would you feel being around somebody who didn't like you and you knew that they didn't like you? That's insanity. All right, guys, I know I'm just carrying on. It's just, this story was disturbing. And again, somebody sent this to me on Instagram. Send me your stories on Instagram, on Discord. Join the Discord. But y'all, please go vote. Love you guys. Oh my gosh, so much. Oh my gosh. Love you guys.